preparing to go solo in the grizzly forest. I was told that the ones guarding there were actually for capable senior uncles. I had no choice but to rest in place for 3 days. But I wasn't idle either. Following the tutorials above the Dragon Dictionary, I tried to establish a psychic bond with a treasure hunting beast so that it could be of use to me in the future. It's always so difficult to combine theory and practice. I don't know which part of the process went wrong, but whenever I was close to completing my mind building, I would always get bounced off the treasure hunter beasts. This made me a little strange for a moment. Even the preface and title page of the Dragon Codex had been turned over several times, but I hadn't found any relevant account of this situation. Since books don't work, let's return to practicality. Isn't it a treasure hunting beast? Then I'll take it on a treasure hunt. Ideal is plump, reality is bone dry. The treasure hunter and I have been busy for most of the day. There is no treasure. He's been chasing butterflies, dragonflies, flies and bees all morning, or chasing after a little bitch. Since it was greasy, I wasn't going to waste any more time. I decided right then and there that as soon as I found out that it was a waste of time, I would instantly make it a dragon snake lizard's ration. Perhaps I didn't take the right measure and gave the treasure-seeking beast a fright. It was covered in golden light. In the next second, the treasure hunting beast pointed directly behind me. This was the weakening of the treasure hunting beast's ability. That sense of achievement was not to mention how exciting it was. I instantly turned back to look in excitement. Nice guy. It's a no minors allowed style bar. Nope, I'm holding on to my last hope of confirming with the treasure-seeking beast. Are you trying to tell me that there is a scent of treasure here, only to see the treasure-seeking beast turn towards me and nod with certainty? In this one, could it be true? Just now I did detect a surge of energy in it that I've never seen before. If that's the case, then we'll have the funds to breed the dragon snake lizards. It's just a matter of not making another big mess. Let's go back and cook for the dragon snake lizard. The treasure hunter, however, cried out and would not relent, pointing to the bar one way or another. I say, treasure hunter, it's already time for dinner. What's with the huffing and puffing? Do you really want to find that treasure? The treasure hunter's answer remained firm. I don't care. That's your own business. Why should I help you all get the treasure? The treasure hunter, once again defeated, was unhappy, visible to the naked eye. Forget it. Who made me a spoiled child? I'd love to help the beast for fun, but there's no such thing as a free lunch. I have to make the treasure hunter promise me one thing. Although this treasure hunting beast was a juvenile, but this brain of its and its age generically didn't match well again. It seemed to have misunderstood something, so it waved its hand repeatedly. After a bit of you-know-what, I probably figured out its concern. It turns out that it was worried that it would be taken in by me, and I was just trying to establish a psychic connection with it. After a long day's work, the misunderstanding was finally cleared up once and for all. So it and I, one man and one beast, made a gentleman's agreement at this moment. Why do I struggle so much with mind ties? A psychic bond is hard to accomplish without an emotional foundation, but a psychic connection is good as long as the other person doesn't reject it. With that, I took the treasure hunter into the bar, where a bartender was mixing drinks, and at the bar, there was a slender, imperial lady. The treasure hunter and I pushed through the door, and at the moment I only hoped I could help him find the treasure and complete our deal. The barman saw me arrive and enthusiastically recommended their signature spirit. I'm a good beastmaster with a good character. How could I possibly drink alcohol? I'm just looking around. This wine waiter is really shallow. I just say this sentence hit directly blackface. It's just a matter of you earning less commission. There's no need to be so uptight about it. But this wine waiter actually found field control, slandered me as a mercenary, and told them to keep an eye on me. And at this moment, the treasure-seeking beast had also found its target treasure only. Is this broken stone called a treasure? I can't figure out if you're a treasure hunter or an environmentalist. But the next second, this broken stone actually turned into a toilet bowl. I was really hit in the face by this one. If I'm not mistaken, this should be the colorful stone recorded in the dragon's code. It is difficult to transform a beast into a dragon, and the requirements for the materials needed for evolution are even more demanding. One of the necessary materials for dragon transformation is the transformation colored stone. I never thought I'd be able to come across something like this. The treasure hunter is worthy of its mystical existence. I'll be sure to feed it at lunch. At that moment, the wine waiter came towards me in a rage. This kind of person, as soon as he's made a profit, he shuts up immediately. Hey, name your price for this stone. I'll take it. As expected, the wine waiter frownsy at that moment, coming to the pub not to drink, but to buy this landscape stone. I heard that this stone was brought back by his boss from the wilderness ruins, and found many people to appraise it, all of whom felt that it was useless except for deformation, and could only be used as a feng shui ornament. The barman thought better of it, but gave me an order of dismissal. He thought it was too fine for me to consume. You're really looking at me through the eyes of a dog in a doorway. You're looking down on me. Just name your price. The wine waiter thought twice and simply yelled, 10,000 steel grams. Give me 10,000 steel grams, and you can have this piece of shit. I thought he'd rip me off big time. With this supply and demand situation, I didn't realize it was only 10,000 steel grams. Take it. Take it. One more second of hesitation would be irresponsible for myself. See, what I'm saying is, the barman who sees the money gets all misty-eyed and flushed. The wine waiter immediately changed his tune with the venue control, and my status changed from the mercenary I'd just been to the big boss. Let him be, but I have one request of him, and that is that he must deliver it to the MC building himself. The wine waiter also saw the seal on my hand that symbolizes the identity of a beastmaster. He directly fell to his knees and begged for forgiveness, saying that he had eyes to see. The stone just now only needed a steel grams. Either way, it's good to be able to get it, but beastmasters desperately guarding the gathering place isn't for you to create conditions for you to have crooked thoughts. This is the last time. The wine waiter and the two field controllers said yes and kept their eyes on me. I slammed the door with my hand, one angry at their villainous faces, and the other secretly pleased that the treasure hunting beast had worked. Usually, there are two kinds of quick takeover of beastmasters. One is the level suppression, super strong beastmasters to take over the low-level beastmasters. The other is a harness beast that is active and willing to be taken in by the master of the beast. And right now, my treasure hunter belongs to the second one. In order to further develop a good relationship with it, I took it to various snack streets every day, and I didn't even have time to take care of the dragon snake lizard. Before going to bed, I have to read him a children's picture book of his own choice, which is also a first step in understanding how hard it is to be a parent. Of course, harnessing a beast is just like harnessing a person, and from time to time, painting a pie can motivate the other person. I'll tell the treasure hunting beast where there'll be mountains of treasure. At this moment, I am a godlike existence in the eyes of the treasure-seeking beast. Its eyes were filled with the words, "Take me." However, in order to increase the treasure hunter's dependence on me, I've also prepared a special training package for him. I take time out of my day to let the dragon snake lizards chase the treasure hunters all over the training ground behind the committee building. Facing the powerful dragon snake lizard, the treasure hunter can only run away. Every time the treasure-seeking beast is pressed by the dragon snake lizard and rubbed madly on the ground. And this is when I come out to save the day. Just as the treasure-seeking beast was being abused, I would scream at the dragon snake lizard, "Stop! Let go of that cutie! Dragon snake lizard, stop it! Why do you always abuse the treasure hunter when I'm not around? Look how poor he is! Can you take it easy?" Every time the dragon snake lizard is aggrieved. Of course it is, because every time it bullied the treasure hunter, it was under my orders. But every time I catch him release a treasure hunter, it increases its trust and appreciation for me. In the end, the insufferable treasure hunting beast pounced into my arms. I could only reluctantly take it in. Don't call anyone scum. It's all tactical necessity. After working on the treasure hunter, I also set out on the road to the grizzly forest. Although the goal was the forest, the journey was fairly flat. Under the escort of Shangcheng and Chenhong, I arrived at the border of the grizzly forest. Once I crossed this river, I would have crossed the outer area of the grizzly forest and reached the inner area. There will also be someone to meet me for the trip after this. I bid farewell to Chen Hum and Zhang Chen one by one. Just then, the sound of a harness beast running came from the distance. We looked up, and there was a maiden straddling a tiger coming towards us from above. This fierce tiger had a reddish body and was unusually domineering. Its owner was actually a girl. As it turns out, the girl's name is Hei Jiu. She's the one who came to pick me up, and her beast of burden is the highly dangerous red flame tiger. Chen Hum and Zhang Chen seemed to be old acquaintances with her as well and greeted each other. It's not a problem to be sweet. She'll be happy if I call her Sister Ju. And she'd already received the news that I was coming to Grizzly Grove to train. She just didn't expect me to arrive until now. Naturally, I couldn't tell her about my subjugation of the treasure-seeking beast. I just said that I had encountered some delays. Now that the connectors are in place, Chen Hum and Zhang Chen can return home. To be honest, it's not nice for a big man like me to be entrusted back and forth like an object. At that moment, Black Chrysanthemum unleashed another harness beast named Ape. This ape is so big that it looks like King Kong. I said, why does this look so familiar? So it's the silver-backed iron-armed ape that I've seen before. This one has already broken through the full stage. Saying that, Black Jew asked iron-armed monkey to help carry my luggage to the base. The iron-armed ape is also very humane and immediately understood the message, seeing that it was Black Jew's harnessed beast. Both Zhang Chen and Chen Hum were much more polite. They actually called it Lord Ape. No wonder they both mixed so well in Black Lantern. They were just a sweet talker. Black Chrysanthemum told me that it's still some distance from the base. Do you want to take the red flame tiger there together? Naturally, I don't want to cause trouble for random people, not to mention that I have the dragon snake lizard. After saying that, I directly summoned the dragon snake lizard. Black Chrysanthemum couldn't help but marvel at the dragon snake lizard when she saw it. After all, my first harness beast was the top dangerous dragon snake lizard. Then, Black Chrysanthemum wanted to see what I was capable of, and to learn from the burgomaster's favorite pupil. Heiju urged the red flame tiger to turn away. She called me writing and fighting are two different things. God, what's wrong with that? I'm at least a beast master who participated in the plantation support battle. Dragon snake lizard, catch up with them, but the dragon snake lizard's reaction gave me a bad feeling. As expected, the kid flew straight up into the sky. He didn't care about me sitting on his back, and the flight was high enough, but not far enough. What's bothering me most is that you can't just fly and unleash your skills. Towards evening, Dragon Snake Lizard and I stumbled to the base. Being new here and unfamiliar with the area, I naturally had to follow Heiju's lead, judging by the way she knocked on the door. This big sister is also a thunderous person. Even the guards couldn't help but spit out the fact that they knew it was her by the sound of the knock on the door. What's even more embarrassing is that Kuroiku comes with a key, only she always forgets to bring it herself. The guards complained that they had to open the door for her even though they were busy. Black Chrysanthemum was furious at hearing that. Then, are you busy hibernating? I asked you to station at Willow Nail Town, but you secretly skipped your post while Chief Su was away, thinking I didn't know. The guards knew they were in the wrong and immediately changed their faces to say he had the honor of opening the door for Black Chrysanthemum. Don't look at her as cranky, but she loves her soldiers like a son after all. She ordered the guards to set me up with luggage and a place to stay for the trip. Is it just the way things are here? I can't accept this kind of weirdness. After Black Chrysanthemum's introduction, I learned a few things. Currently, this base is only manned by Black Chrysanthemum and Guard Zuyu. There were a few job sergeants before, but then they couldn't stand the sunless environment here and applied for transfers. So all the jobs have been handed over to the Beastmasters. The head of this place is Willow Nail Town's chief Beastmaster, Sukua, but is currently in the Grey Wilderness, tracking a dangerous creature that hasn't returned for a long time. The other Beastmaster, Ling Jian, was originally going to join me in the special training, but because of my tardiness he had to start first. Hey, it's really embarrassing to be late for something that's been stressed over and over again. Heiju saw my dilemma and invited me to her room. Respectfully, I arrived at Kuroyu's house. It was different from the imaginary boudoir filled with stuffed animals. Kurokiku's house was filled with specimens of all kinds of beasts. My God, don't be so dramatic. Don't you have nightmares sleeping like this every day? Heiju looked at me like I had never seen the world before and hurriedly called my name. It took me a long time to come back to my senses. I have to admire your unique style of decoration. Sister Ju, ha ha ha, you think I'm in a fragrant pink house full of plush toys, and then I'm gonna jump you and make something happen. Why don't you sit with me? My God, she's so outspoken. She's like a worm in my stomach. It's hard to resist. Sister Ju, I advise you not to test a single man's stamina so easily. Then, Black Daisy rang out with a coppery laugh. She asked me if I was clear about the Grizzly Forest special training. Seeing that I didn't say anything, it was 80% that I didn't know. Black Chrysanthemum told me that all Beastmasters are told the contents of their initial special training only after they arrive at the base. This special training wasn't just about sharpening combat experience. There were so many benefits. One of the most enticing is the energy fruit. I wonder if there's anything like this in the Grizzly Forest. It turns out that the Grizzly Forest is the origin of the Bear Power Fruit and one of the stable sources of energy fruits that we have at Black Lantern Castle. This fruit could enhance all aspects of the beast harness ability, Saying that, she pulled back the curtains, revealing the map behind her. She told me that although the energy fruit has a million benefits, but it's not easy to get it. All of the fruit trees where the bear power fruit grows are occupied by bear fighters. Through a token from the grizzly forest parahuman bear warrior leader, you can have a harness beast challenge the guarding bears. Once the token is seen, none of the guard bears will be determined to challenge it. When you win, you get an energy fruit. But if the Black Lantern City Beastmaster had stolen the energy fruit, he would have been hounded by the entire forest, including the resident Beastmasters. Know your enemy and know yourself. The next day, armed with this information, I challenged the guard bear. As strong as the dragon snake lizard is in front of the guardian bear, it's also half a step shorter. I had the honor of meeting Lin Jin here, who hadn't waited for me before. He told me that as long as the dragon snake lizard wins this battle, I will be able to get an energy fruit. But at this point in time, I'm not really sure. Lin Jin laughed out loud. Every guard bear would accept challengers with abilities smaller than their own. If you want to get the reward, you have to take some risks. At this moment, the guard bears let out a burst of roar towards the dragon snake lizard as a warning. But my dragon snake lizard is as steady as a mountain. It seems to have deliberately provoked the other party to come at him. The guard bears were also confused by this action. Dude, when did dragon snake lizard learn the taunt skill? What kind of talent points do you have? Senior Lin Jian, look at this situation. Has the guardian bear accepted the challenge? Of course. It's just that your dragon snake lizard may not have crossed paths with this species. I'm a little worried it's going to get the short end of the stick. Saying that, a dragon and a bear stored up their strength and slammed towards each other. The moment the dragon snake lizard took off into the air, it directly unleashed its Stratum power skill. However, this guard bear doesn't have any natural skills. It actually directly used its strong physical body to carry the dragon snake lizard skills. Compared to the guard bears that could land on 4 feet or 2, the dragon snake lizard was really at a disadvantage. Simple and plain fighting techniques, and it's just too much for it to handle. With this slap, the dragon snake lizard was slapped down scenes of meters away. Before it could get up, the guard bear came right back at it. Brother Lin Jin warned me that something bad was going to happen to the dragon snake lizard. Just as he was about to step into hell, I stepped in just in time to stop him. I wanted to see where the dragon snake lizard's potential lay. Years of living with each other make me believe that the dragon snake lizard should have left something behind. As expected, that slap just now didn't affect the dragon snake lizard in the slightest. It only gazed at its concentration and unleashed a move of dragon might. As strong as the guardian bear, he was now stiffened for a moment under the effect of the dragon's might. Returning to its senses, it was seething with anger. It felt like it had been teased once again. So a slap went down. Dragon snake lizard dodged it easily. The dragon snake lizard then converged its dragon power on its sharp claws and strengthened them dramatically. In the next second, the dragon snake lizard leapt up and lunged towards the guardian bear. There was a flash of electricity, and the move hit the guard bear solidly. This strike, full of anger, is also considered to be the dragon snake lizard's first disgrace. The shoulder of the guard bear was being watched, and 3 more hideous wounds were made. The dragon snake lizard's combo strike received high praise from senior brother Lin Jin. After all, combo strike belonged to a rare trait. However, the guard bear had thick skin and flesh, so it still needed to grow in order to take it down. Yeah, got to admit, beast defense is inherently strong. Brother Lin Jin told me not to be discouraged. This is the efficacy of the bear power fruit. If the dragon snake lizard is able to defeat the guardian bear, it will naturally be able to get this kind of defense as well. At this moment, all I can do is to cheer up the dragon snake lizard. While talking, the guard bear's wounds actually healed themselves. This battle was really a bit difficult to deal with, but the dragon snake lizard didn't let itself be disrupted, only to see it coalesce a move of evil thought bomb in its mouth. It blasted straight towards the guard bear, who was left defenseless by the blow. I don't know how long it took, but the dust and smoke on the ground gradually cleared away. The guard bear struggled to rise from the rubble behind it. Unsurprisingly, it was unharmed. Enraged, it grabbed the trunk of a tree that had broken off to the side. This is great. The guard bears actually have the ability to use tools. The thick trunks of the trees shot towards the dragon snake lizard like flying arrows. This time, the dragon snake lizard was a bit panicked. It could only keep moving its body to avoid the attack. Only a few loud noises were heard, and the stumps were stuck straight in front of the dragon snake lizard. The continuous output of killing moves, coupled with the dodging just now, used up a lot of the dragon snake lizard's energy. Thinking that it had won, the guard bear used giganticization to make itself even bigger, and it looked up to the sky and advanced to mock and let out a victor's voice. Senior brother Lin Jin felt bad when he saw this. It turned out that the guard bear had its own natural skill, and this guy had been pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger all along. This guard bear must be one of the best in their clan. This kind of talent that dramatically improves all indicators in a short period of time is not something anyone can master. Senior Lin Jian advised me to call an immediate truce. However, I have not received any pleas for help from the dragon snake lizard in my spirit world until now, and I am willing to believe it. Then look at the dragon snake lizard, looking around in panic at this moment, seemingly also out of ideas. The guardian bear raises a huge claw, capable of tearing everything apart, and slaps at it. The dragon snake lizard instantly activated the second acceleration of the evil attack. It dodged and dodged the opponent's attack easily. Subsequently, it was even further away before it was ready to land. This was a deliberate attempt to distance himself from the other party. Senior Lin Jian felt that the dragon snake lizard was a big gullible, and that this kind of speed would not be able to get rid of the guard's bear. As we speak, the guard bears turn on their level to enlighten onslaught. In the nick of time, the dragon snake lizard seemed to have made up its mind about something, only to see it once again strike the ground with its own tail, making a supreme mockery of the guard bear. The next second, it also came with a level to enlightenment skill tenacious stomp. The ground shook with it, and the guard bears were caught off guard by the move. However, that wasn't the true purpose of the dragon snake lizard. It used the altered battlefield environment to hold the guard bears at bay. The guard bear stumbled and fell straight to the ground. Even the swiftest killing move was directly diffused in place. The sloping ground made the guard bear roll like a bowling ball. The dragon snake lizard seemed to be satisfied with his performance and couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth. The arrogant and unbeatable guard bears have lost their will to fight. Senior Lin Jian said that I was lucky to have met a silly bear, but I prefer to believe that it's the result of the dragon snake lizard and I's hard practice and tacit understanding. But I can't be too flashy when I'm from the same school. If he says I'm lucky, then I'm lucky. Elder brother Lin Jian of the conspicuous pack, still not forgetting to show off his airborne skills. It's just that I don't have enough psychic energy right now. Then, Brother Lin Jian summoned his harness beast. It's a pure-blooded flying beast, a blood-tailed black crown hulk. Huge claws lifted me straight up, then slowly put me on the ground again. Also this height if I jump down by myself. The second half of the special training could end early. Brother Lin Jian was very satisfied with my performance this time. He could tell that dragon snake lizard and I had really put in the hard work. He then summoned a healing spirit beast. It's a healing herbaceous creature. Hooded grass. Senior Lin Jian told me that according to the rules, after the challenge is over, the guard bears must be treated for their injuries, otherwise they will be attacked by the entire forest bears. Not to mention, this kind of thing deserves its share. At that moment, the guard bear, whose healing had ended, slowly opened his eyes. In front of him stood an opponent and the ruffled straw that had saved his life. The guard bears rose up again to fight the dragon snake lizard. Senior Lin Jian hurriedly stopped the opponent and also told it that if it still wanted to fight, it would need to add another bear power fruit. The guard bears, perhaps knowing that they were outmatched, could only leave unhappily. Just like that. Where's my loot? I've been fighting for nothing. Brother Lin Jian told me to follow the guard bears, so naturally I'll find out. As dragon snake lizard and I stayed close behind the guard bear. It will soon be time for the legendary bear power fruit to appear. The guard bear walks towards the bear power tree with a defiant and indignant face, and he even took a beerberry for us. It slowly placed the beerberry on the ground as a sign of respect to the victor. But the bear power fruit, which should have been glistening, was now covered in the saliva of the guard bears. The dragon, snake and lizard were also disgusted with the situation in capital letters. It couldn't be helped. It was not easy to come by. Dragon snake lizard can only pick up the fruit. This is very happy for the guard bears. This time they are even. Senior Lin Jian told me all the areas guarded by bear guards will very much have a tree that grows bear power fruits. That is the most precious treasure of the bear warrior clan. The dragon snake lizard placed the bear power fruit in my hand with a disgusted face. In this fruit is a little bit smaller than I thought of. I was debating how to take this too, but Brother Lin Jian told me to just take it straight away. It's best to eat it as soon as possible, otherwise the energy inside will evaporate very quickly. When the dragon snake lizard learned that it was going to eat the fruit down, it had resistance written all over its face, especially when you think of it being covered in guard bear drool. The dragon snake lizard directly turned its head to the side and refused to take it. What kind of expression do you have? It's so hard to come by. I seemed to understand what the dragon snake lizard meant, and could only ask Brother Lin Jian where the nearby water source was. I managed to find a tap and gave Kumarico a good reams. This time the dragon snake lizard didn't have the same resistance as just now, and ate very happily. Brother Lin Jian asked me to get ready. He wants the dragon snake lizard to absorb the bear power fruit here, and then leave here after that. I'm a little confused. Preparation. What do I prepare for it to eat? Only to see senior brother Lin Jian immediately release his two harness beasts. One is a coiled rock reticulated serpent and a lord lion. One is a mature extraordinarily dangerous species, and the other is a full-blown advanced dangerous species. Turns out, now we need to guard the dragon snake lizard. It's not quite what I thought it would be, and it's enough of a hassle. As things stand, I can only thank brother Lin Jian for his help. He gave the science up. Bear power fruit is more difficult to store, so it is too late to reverse back to the base. Can only be digested on the spot. Good lord, isn't this just like the ginseng fruit? The conditions are pretty tough. Senior Lin Jian continued to give me the science. If there are no other harness beasts at hand, then you need to find some hidden places like tree holes and caves. Suddenly, there seems to be some reaction from the dragon snake lizard's side. I asked Lin Jian what's going on. As it turns out, the energy fruit modifies biological organisms and even cells at an extraordinary rate. This is bound to bring about some short-lived negative effects. I only saw that the claws of the dragon snake lizard were beginning to show a state of molting at the moment, and some golden-colored textures began to appear on its body. In a flash, more than 10 days had passed. That energy fruit dragon snake lizard had almost digested it as well. In these 10 days or so, the dragon snake lizard's size soared, nearly approaching the limit of most growth stage dragon snake lizards, and in terms of strength, endurance, and physical fitness, he was no less than a dragon snake lizard of the same rank. After all, it had eaten 8 or 9 energy fruits in these 10 days or so. He and I made a fortune in the grizzly forest. Even brother Lin Jian was envious. We challenged nearly 20 guard bears, with a win rate of nearly 50%. Admittedly, just like what senior Lin Jian said, the first guard bear, that the dragon snake lizard so really had a low IQ. The success rate of the later ones all relied on the treasure hunting beasts. Wherever it points, dragon snake lizard and I will challenge it. These 8 energy fruits really crushed brother Lin Jian. But the treasure-seeking beast is a small means as well as the dragon dictionary, and there's no way I'm going to tell anyone about it. That day, the dragon snake lizard sensed the presence of the guard bear from the first day again. With its vastly improved insight, it quickly locks into a direction. Afterwards, we flew directly in that direction. To avoid alarming the snakes, he and I hid in the shade of a tree and looked down. I only saw the guard bear fighting to the death with an unknown harness beast. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be an armored wolf. Judging from the environment it frequented, this armored wolf should have an owner as well. Sure enough, not far from me, there was a mysterious person manipulating the armored wolf. Seeing that her opponent was powerful, she simply released the heavy armored wolf. As the name suggests, the heavy armored wolf was the evolution of the armored wolf. It has almost no weaknesses in its body, and is far more powerful than Haiju's red flame tiger. At this size, it's definitely full term and in perfect condition, only to see the heavily armored wolf spreading its legs and charging straight towards the guard bear. The guard bears, with strong traces of flesh, stumbled from this tremendous impact. In the end, he fell straight into the water because he couldn't stand still. To actually win so easily is terrifying. What's this guy's story? I heard Huan say before that the Black Lantern Fortress had not fallen for 100 years. Inevitably, there were fights and military conflicts, and some enemies were established in the process, and one of the slightly stronger ones seems to be the armor-harnessing wolves clan. They hold a habitat for armored wolves, just as Blacklight Castle holds the grizzly forest, only not on the same scale as the grizzly forest. Olay, why didn't she digest the fruit in C2? Even the Black Lantern Castle has never mastered this kind of storage ability. Only the mystery man took out a metal syringe, sticks directly to the fruit, and sucks it dry instantly. So that's how it actually works. Have I discovered a new world? Just as I frowned, a scouting beast actually flew overhead. Oh no, the scouting beast appeared. I just don't know if it's friend or foe. After the scouting beast found us, the thief below was still sucking on the bear power fruit. Suddenly he heard a yell. He immediately turned around and looked over. Damn, I didn't realize there was a little mouse hiding. Bad luck. Then he greeted the harness beast. Go over and take a look. The armored wolf led him very quickly in our direction. A few minutes later, he followed us, and the dragon snake lizard struggled to escape with me. I also looked towards the back, being able to harness the extra dangerous species heavy armored wolf, and the means to be able to enter the grizzly forest. and hide his identity from the bear fighter. This is definitely a big fish. I then took out my communicator from inside the box. Emergency. Poachers have been discovered. Please reinforce quickly. Please hurry. But the battery was dead, and it was switched off. It's true that I've been at his in the gathering place for a long time. I didn't even notice the basics, so I had to keep running away. Plus, the name of the teacher has fallen off the radar. Damn it. I'm going to fight for my life to bring out the news today. I then summoned the treasure-hunting beast, which lay on my shoulder. At this time, the dragon snake lizard started accelerating, trying to shake off the poacher behind it. The poacher on his armored wolf noticed this. He then commanded the heavily armored wolf to turn on his skills and catch up to finish off the little rat and his trash harness pet. The armored wolf jumped on the ground and built up its strength backwards. Then he unleashed his level 5 enlightenment ability. Evil attack, black line attack. I saw a black shadow charging at top speed, and I can see them getting closer behind us. Dragon snake lizard. Use evil attack to attack at speed. Remember, always run in the direction where the giant trees are standing. The dragon snake lizard roared. Its eyes flushed red, spreading its wings, even though the acceleration and sustained effect of the second phase speed attack was inferior to the black line attack. However, the second speed attack had the advantage of being able to change direction during the second acceleration. Since you like to go sideways, just crash through the giant trees. Better yet, lure senior scale Jin over. The armored wolf behind him was indeed charging across the trees, breaking them with one foot. Then its head hit the tree again, and with a click the tree broke apart. The poacher could only stop helplessly for a moment, looking at the trees on the ground. He then said angrily, "The little mouse can really run." Then he summoned other beasts from his ring. Lightning, beast, and light system. 3 special dangerous species. The electric lightning tiger. He jumped directly from the armored wolf to the electric light tiger, pointing his finger in front. He chased the electric lightning tiger straight towards the front and made sure to catch up with it. As a result, the lightning tiger caught up with him in this instant. It's because they unleashed their light beams. I watched nervously as they attacked. The dragon snake lizard looked behind me, and I did too, but it missed. But it was hit in the back, and a big wound appeared. It's a special dangerous species, electric lightning tiger. It's definitely fully turned. I touched this wound. At this rate, even if it didn't get caught up, it would still be beaten to a sieve just the same. I suddenly thought of something again. Treasure-seeking beast. Quickly take us to the nearest bear warrior leader's territory. Treasure-seeking beast lowered his head and sensed. Then he looked up again and pointed in a direction. Let's go get help. We made a U-turn and rushed towards the valley. I then put the treasure-hunting beast back. Snake lizard, don't just run away. Greet them with the ground gun sacrifice. Snake lizard hissed when he heard the order. It threw its tail on a rock, and it was shattered. The stone was shattered, blocking their way, and they stopped. But the poachers didn't panic at all. Heavily armored wolves opened the way. At the same time, the ring on his hand glowed, summoning the heavy armored wolf. Heavy armored wolf slammed into the wall, which obviously didn't stop them. After breaking through the wall, they continued to chase us, and the lightning tiger's body was glowing blue. He said arrogantly, "I don't believe it. You can still go against the sky." I also looked at the back right after they landed, but it didn't find us and disappeared. Then instructed the electric lightning tiger to find him. The electric lightning tiger sniffed its nose, trying to identify the direction we fled from. As a result, they heard a hissing sound, and the electric light tiger was a bit startled. "What's wrong, electric light tiger?" A pair of fierce eyes appeared in this cave. What was that? They were all frightened by the murderer in front of them. Inside the cave then slowly came out a pair of bear paws. Then they quickly charged towards the poachers, seemingly enraged. The poacher saw it was such a big guy. No good. It's an alpha level guy. And then instructed the lightning tiger to get out of here. Quickly, it's coming up. We looked behind us, a hissing sound. The bear warrior chief can call out the pack to attack fiercely. Without the teacher's token, even if the poacher is strong, he can't carry the entire grizzly forest of bear warriors. Right. Quickly go. Let's go back to the base. Shout Brother Zuyu up. If we're late, we don't know how much of the bear fruit of the grizzly forest will be stolen. The dragon snake lizard then immediately unleashed its evil system, a 2-stage speed attack, and rushed towards its destination. As a result, before we could run far, a beam of purple light appeared in front of us and came towards us. I anxiously shouted, "Dragon snake lizard, quickly dodge, or else we'll be hit." The dragon snake lizard leapt up and flew in the sky. The following blow directly exploded on the ground. We jumped on the trunk of this tree to observe the situation around us. Just as we landed, the poacher below said, "What a pity. Too late, you little bastard. Get lucky and dodge it." I looked at the poacher with rage. How could this even find us? How can this be? Little bastard. The master's electric light tiger has developed a fixed on skill. You just run 10 times farther. I can still find you, so it's a tracking skill. Otherwise, how could it catch up? Let the bear warrior leader drag me down, and then try to escape back to report. Smart tactics, but you have to know how easy it is to lure away an idiot bear black when a master is at my level. Unlike you, I can only take a lowly scaly lizard as a harness pet. They've got us surrounded down there. The poacher pointed at me and commanded the electric lightning tiger to slaughter him. Start the attack. We watched as this lightning tiger hissed at us and jumped up to tear us apart, but it frowned in its tracks. Looking dumbfounded, it turned out that it was the dragon snake lizard that unleashed level 2 enlightenment. It was the dragonite that scared the electric lightning tiger. Using the treasure hunter beast mystic system natural ability, illusion vision, it made the poachers treat the dragon snake lizard as an ordinary scaled lizard. Then suddenly erupted the dragonite. Although it couldn't deter the full body, it was enough to buy time. Luckily, I was able to make a smoke bomb from the waste material used to extract the black thick grease, and it came in handy now. Then I took out the smoke bomb. Then directly after that, we saw an explosion and smoke rose in all directions. The poachers really didn't react and stayed where they were. Before the smoke completely cleared, I told the dragon snake lizard to get out of here. Charge, dragon snake lizard. This is our last chance. After the smoke dissipated, the poachers weren't in a hurry. Still want to run? I'll see if you're going to become a spirit today. They immediately chased after it. Electric light tiger. Use the electric switch energy technique to chase after it and end it. Kill the little bastard first, then kill his rubbish harness pet. I panicked when I heard that. Oops, the lightning tiger from above has already arrived here, and one of its claws is close to hitting us. At that moment, the ring on my hand emitted a red light. Fire Royal Energy Technique. Level 6 Enlightenment. Fire Royal Guard. The lightning tiger's huge claws hit the protective shield. In an instant, they were bounced off my protective shield and flew towards the back. I looked at the ring helplessly. Teacher, the fire guard can protect you from yourself. Couldn't you have said so earlier? People were scared to death even if they weren't killed. Surprisingly, this kind of ability, which is usually only mastered by the top dangerous species in the mature stage, is sealed in the Ring of Curiosities. The electric light tiger on the side is already dead. The poacher continued. This ring is top-notch even among medium dangerous oddities. And old me doesn't even have such a good thing. Who the hell are you, kid? I hurriedly greeted the dragon snake lizard. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and run. The poacher stretched out his hand and ran. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Come out. White mountain lion. The white mountain lion roared and jumped out, heading straight for us. Cam, how many harness beasts does the old thing have? Don't be such a bully. The poacher then Saturday on the white mountain lion. Little bastard, I don't care who your master is. I'll kill you today. We didn't run for long before we stopped. The poacher noticed that I had stopped. What? You're not running? I looked at him with an evil look, and then pointed at this scouting beast. Oh thing, do you know this harness pet? The poacher was shocked. Green hummingbird, Lin Jin's scouting pet. As soon as it finished speaking, Lin Jin appeared on a black panther. He landed firmly on the ground. He came in front of me and said, "Who dares to hurt my senior brother?" The black panther looked at me with a fierce look on his face, but the poacher calmed down and calmly said, "How dare you stop me?" Lin Jin encircled his hand. Not only do I dare to stop you, I also dare to kill you, the scum of Sinfire Town. Hearing this scolding, the poacher also became enraged. I heard the name of Sinfire Town. I've heard of them. Sinfire Town's full name, Sinfire Gathering Ground. They're one of the deepest and most outstanding of the large gatherings, and have always been a rival force to Black Lantern Castle. Unlike the Grizzly Forest, their leader seems to have a deep connection with a second-tier wolf-type pet territory. No wonder their main pets are wolf-type. They were the ones who fought with the bears before. The poacher waved his hand. Your kid's mouth is getting bigger and bitter. I'm afraid you don't have that ability. The poacher immediately released his own harness beasts. Little ones, give me cheer him. I want to see if his mouth is still hard after he dies. Lin Jin just smiled contemptuously as he watched these rubbish beasts rush towards him. After that, he also unleashed his own harness beasts. I'll see if I'm capable when I kill you. Discordant Rock Mesh Man, Moon Shadow Leopard. Two huge beasts resisted their attack. He let out a cold snort. Red light flashed around him, and his body was slightly flamed. An armored wolf rushed towards him. I was very worried at the back and called out to my senior brother, wanting to step forward to block it. As a result, the armored wolf was hit by a flaming feast. The armored wolf was outmatched and flew away from the punch. While a huge fireman appeared, the armored wolf ends up falling heavily on the ground. The poacher grits his teeth in hatred when he sees this huge fireman. It's the fire and eat poison man. Poison, martial arts. Hey, Wait, magic and charm extraordinarily dangerous species. It turned out that when elder brother released the discordant rock mesh man at the very beginning, he had lit up the fiery hot poison man, only to use the stealth skill of the magic department to keep watch. And that was the 5 lineage harness pet strength. This armored wolf's body was still being burned by the flames, and it looked at fiery poison man angrily. Then it opened its mouth to build up its strength, and the power around it continued to be gathered by it. The poacher didn't expect it either. Fiery poison man, you actually have this rare harness pet. No wonder you dare to call me out. It's hidden deep enough. Our intelligence agency ends in Firetown. We never gathered any information that your Black Lantern Castle has such a rare pet. Lin Jin pointed to the fiery poison man on the side. If I let you know, how else would I beat you to death today? The poacher was naturally unconvinced. A fiery poisonous man wants to beat me to death. I think you are still awake. Heavily armored wolves also belong to the first tier amongst the extraordinarily dangerous species. A mere fiery poison can't help me yet. He shouted. Black line attack in a flash, and a black ray of light rushed towards them. It turned out to be an armored wolf, and it rushed towards them at lightning speed. But fiery toxic man didn't panic. He spread his legs and waited for it to come. The armored wolf tries to hit fiery poison man, but fiery poison man dodges it, dodging left and right. At the same time, one of his hands was storing up power, and it was looking at the armored wolf with a sharp look in his eyes. With one punch, it hit the armored wolf, and the armored wolf was no match for it. The armored wolf flew out and hit the ground in an instant. I looked at this scene with some disbelief. I didn't expect Senior Lin Jian to be so strong. However, the poacher wasn't the least bit flustered. What an amazing strength. Do you think that this will be able to heavily damage my heavily armored wolf? Heavy armored wolf, armor covering, heavy armor. The armored wolf's body was then covered in armor including. Lin Jin doesn't give it a chance either. Fiery poison man. Give it another shot. Thermal action feast crystalline inferno. One of fiery toxic man's hands immediately bursts into flames, and the flames continue to flourish. Heavy armored wolf, evil attack, black line attack, fiery hot poison man, thermal action feast super thermal action, rip claw shatter. The two beasts are attacking and defending. Finally, the two beasts collide, and there's a huge explosion. At last, hot toxic man stands intact. An armored wolf's body is already shaking. Good. It's worthy of a rare harness pet, like fiery poison man, to have mastered the level 6 enlightenment abilities. No wonder it was able to injure my heavily armored wolf so badly. At this moment, the ring on his hand continued to emit red light. A huge harness beast appeared. The red-scaled beast evolution. An extraordinarily dangerous species. The fire-scaled beast. Lin Jin looked at the beast. What? You think you can deal with me with this rubbish? The poacher said confidently. I don't need to deal with you. As long as I can't stop you, someone will naturally come to kill you. Then he said to the transmitter, I've depleted Scale Shock to half blood. Which one of you is interested in coming over to collect heads? I looked at my senior brother who was on the side, and my senior brother didn't panic. Yes, it's what you think. I've already notified Chief Su. The next step is to see whose people arrive first. Lin Jin looked at the poacher with a smile on his face. Perhaps there is a way. Do you dare? The poacher also didn't listen to what they were saying, gibbering and playing dumb riddles. Fire forest beast, give it to me. Trap them. Lin Jin points at the fiery poison man. I should be able to hold them off for 4 seconds. Fiery toxic man, hot action punch, super heat motion, bursts of fire, a direct hit on the flaming beast. But it's hot toxic man who's backing up. The ground around him is cracking. The fire beast doesn't give it a chance. It keeps building up its strength. Poacher immediately commands up a strong blow. Fire forest beast, fire escape. The fire forest beast blocked the front. Countless whirlpools hit the fire forest beast, and the others retreated backward. Just after the attack, the dragon snake lizard suddenly appeared inside the vortex. The poacher didn't expect a dead rat to dare to get close to me. I immediately commanded the dragon snake lizard and his harness beast were all entangled. Take advantage of this. Evil thought bomb. A huge cannonball rushes towards the poacher, and at the same time, another strike. Ground shot slam. Both strikes are heading towards the poacher. As the last two blows land, there's a huge explosion, and smoke is billowing out. And in the smoke, a huge figure appears. Is it another beast? A new beast appeared above the poacher, a mature top dangerous species, the Warfoot Black Scarlet, and he Saturday confidently on the ground, stroking his hair and scoffing. And there's a man behind him, riding a beast. You're out of luck. It's my man who arrived first. Scorpion, let's retreat after we finish off Scale Gen. We don't want to be blocked by that dog Sucho. The bald man's beast is a top-ranking dangerous species at the mature stage. Scorpion tail, the scorpion tail devil. Lion shoots its venom. towards the dragon snake lizard. I shouted at the dragon snake lizard in fear, but the 3 venomous things hit the dragon snake lizard's tail. The venom spread to the tail, and there was no way to stop it. Then the dragon snake lizard's tail turned into a segment, and the whole tail was cut off. After one blow, the poacher's beast harnessing mature stage, top dangerous species of 4-footed black scarlet. With a hissing sound, the first to bear the brunt of the attack were the dragon snake lizard and me. Lin Jin looked worriedly at the incoming 4-footed black scarlet in front of him. Senior brother, be careful. 4-footed black scarlet's blow-it fiery poison man, who blocked in front of us. Seeing someone blocking his way, the scarlet's eyes were glowing red and he was very upset. It then prepared to stomp down again. Owl technique giant footiel, but it didn't go as planned. A voice came from behind it. Red flame tiger. Roar. These 2 strikes struck the black scarlet. I looked behind me. It was Sister Ju and Zuyu. Saved. Zuyu is furious. Sun thief. Bullying us black lanterns. The bald guy couldn't believe it. Zuyu, shouldn't you be in River Town? How could you get here so fast? If I wasn't here, you bastards from Sinfire Town would have succeeded in your plan. You'll all have to stay here today. The poacher on the side then said, Idiot, if granddad's dare to come, they're prepared. Take it out. Don't hide it. It's a secret weapon that we've been saving for Sucho, but this time we'll use it to bury you for bastards. With 4 masters dead, including 3 high-level apprentices, even your Black Lantern Castle's master, Joey, will be in pain. I'm afraid you find it hard to breathe. Come out. Golden-backed steel-armed ape. The golden-backed steel-armed ape roared towards the sky, and a huge vortex formed around it. They saw this huge harness beast, a super dangerous species in full stage. This is bad. The golden-backed steel-armed ape came at us in an instant, but before it could reach us, it was struck by a blow, and they didn't know who struck it. They were stunned as the golden back flew towards us without stopping. It hit the ground, and they all ran backwards. I looked at the situation, which in the end, but I didn't know that a pair of huge feet appeared behind us. Sister Ju then noticed that it was Chief Su's first main force. A huge dinosaur-like body appeared behind it. It was the Nightmare Earth Dragon. Tsuyu was then stunned, worthy of being the strongest full stage super dangerous species under the terror species. The golden-backed steel-armed ape was killed into blows. The Nightmare Earth Dragon roared towards the sky. We were all stunned as we looked at this huge figure. I was dumbfounded by what I saw. Is this the might of a super dangerous species? This bald man immediately warned his teammates that it was Sucho coming. Run fast. But a light appeared in front of them and came towards them. The bald man dodged it and wasn't hit by the blow, but the other man fell down. Then he and his beast were dissolved by the light. The bald man didn't hesitate for a second and immediately fled. He appeared here in his beast. He slowly walked up to us, and we looked up at this huge thing. Sukun then said, I didn't expect these guys to take advantage of my absence, to sneak into the grizzly forest. You little guys of Vortar. We were dumbfounded and didn't say anything as this was the first time we had seen such a large beast. Sucho seemed to have realized something and looked towards the side. It turned out to be Lin Jin's harness beast that had been killed, and he stroked his harness beast while Zuyu comforted it from the side. Lin Jin looked at the beast and didn't say a word. His heart was very sad. Su carved a serious face and asked, Who did this? It was the fierce walking earth dragon, under that sneaky scumbag from Sinfire Town. Without replying to my words, Suchu instructed Black Ju to take them back to the base to recuperate. Hey Ju answered and agreed. Suku left in his harness beast, saying before he left that he would leave the rest to me. These few people over here. Damn it! The plan that was supposed to be a sure thing was actually crashed by a little scumbag. Lega, Lean-to, Mazen did not escape. It is likely that they were all killed by Su carving. What a fucking shame. I'd say we should hang those intelligence service agents. They couldn't even find out that Suyu and a little bastard were in the grizzly forest, and only told us to evade Lin Jin and Heiju. It's too late for this bullshit now. We've been caught in the act by Suchon this time, and the mission has already been declared a failure. It's better to pass the news to the gathering place first. Let them make preparations. The Black Lantern Gathering isn't a good person who doesn't retaliate after a loss. Seconded. What about you? Lower you. They all looked at the bald man on the side. The bald man didn't want to bother. Don't bother me. You guys just decide for yourselves. At this time the ground is shaking. What's going on? Behind them, birds are flying out of the woods. It seems someone is running this way. Shui Queen came to the poachers with his beast. It's Shui Kai. They are all frightened by the beast. Go. They're running towards the back. If they don't run, they'll die. Grizzly Forest Base. We're back here. The poachers' beasts on the ground have been killed by Shui Chek. Shukua spoke from the head seat. Most of the invaders were killed this time. there are still two that escaped the net. Not worth chasing after. Well, Heiju also spoke. It would be dangerous in case the tiger was tuned out. I took a general look at all the areas, and this time the losses weren't that big. Grizzly forest, hundreds of bear power fruit trees. Only a few dancing bear power fruit trees were collected, less than 1/10. Just the bear. But the bear warrior was killed or injured nearly 100 heads. This is also considered a very heavy loss for the entire grizzly bear group. When the owner of the grizzly bear forest, that bear fighter chief, knew about it, he would definitely be enraged. However, the subsequent things will not be under our responsibility. The Black Lantern Castle side will launch a vengeance against Sinfire Town in order to give an explanation to the owner of the grizzly bear forest. Lin Jen, your loss is not small. I will report it to Black Lantern for truthfully and try to make up for it by giving you an extraordinarily well-qualified dangerous species young pet. As for Heiju and Zuyu, the timely support is also considered meritorious. I will report up. As for how to reward depends on the meaning of the fort master. Zuyu was glad that he wasn't held accountable for why he went AWOL and stayed in the grizzly forest, and then was carved document smashed in the face. Almost forgot to ask, this kid is not supposed to be in Rivet Town. How in the grizzly forest? He could only explain awkwardly. Didn't I come to support Lin Jen and Huan? Sucho didn't give him a chance to explain. Don't pretend. I'm too lazy to talk about you. Immediately get the hell back to Rivet Town and sit down. Suyu awkwardly stood up and scratched his head. Immediately go. This time, the reason why the conspiracy in Sinfire Town was thwarted. So Huan, you deserve a lot of credit. When counting the first credit, I believe that the fort master will also be doubly pleased and will not be stingy with his praise for you. Since you're in Grizzly Forest now, I can't ignore your contribution. Tell you what, there are quite a few good things in our base's coffers. You can pick one or two. I waved my hand wanting to refuse. If it wasn't for Senior Lin Jen arriving in time, I probably wouldn't have been able to save my little life, even if I had crashed through the other party's plot. Then I took Lin Jen's shoulder. Why don't you give this reward to senior brother Lin Jen? Su carved a happy smile. You two juniors so amicable. Really a good thing. Don't worry, both of you won't get less. Lin Jen's reward and compensation, I believe that the fortress master will decide on that, so you don't have to excuse yourself. With that, Sucho stood up. Let's go. I'll take you to the warehouse right now. I scratched my head in embarrassment. Chief Su, can you wait until tomorrow to choose It's not convenient for me today. Time came tonight and I returned to my room. I opened the Old Era Dragon Dictionary and stopped it after half a day finally. If I want to choose a treasure, it would be too much of a loss if I don't check it on the Old Era Dragon Dictionary. The ultimate direction of evolution for harness pets is the same, which is to transform into a dragon, become the existence at the top of the food chain. However, the journey of transforming into a dragon is fraught with danger and requires the assistance of countless precious materials in order to achieve the 1 in 10,000 probability. In that case, the cost-effectiveness of the treasure-seeking beast dragon transformation was even higher, and with the treasure-seeking beast, the probability of obtaining evolutionary materials should be a lot higher. Like the scale lizard's dragon transformation pathway, the treasure-seeking beast had more than one dragon transformation pathway. However, compared to the scale lizard's downscenes of dragon transformation pathways, the treasure-seeking beast dragon transformation pathways were much less, with only 9. However, 8 of them, the treasure-seeking beast's abilities after transforming into a dragon, were all dominated by other dragon races. If one wanted to retain the treasure-seeking beast's ability to obtain treasures, there was only the one where the treasure-seeking beast transformed into a treasure-seeking dragon beast. It was still the mystic lineage that was predominant. Immediately, I flipped to the method of transforming a treasure-seeking beast into a dragon beast. After finding the answer, I stood up. Then I waited for dawn to go treasure hunting at the warehouse. When I arrived at the grizzly forest base during the day, I asked Sister Ju if I couldn't go to the warehouse. Chief Su asked me to relay to you that one of our forward observation stations accidentally found traces of a Sinfire Town supply convoy last night, and before it was too late, Chief Su had already moved to destroy that convoy last night. Sister Ju spread her hands again. Who told you to die and not go yesterday? Now your reward will have to wait for his return. I looked at Sister Ju holding the brush and seemed to think of something. Then looking at the dragon snake lizard on the side, I suddenly thought of a big deal. The dragon snake lizard looked at me with a puzzled look on his face, while I had already thought of a solution. then immediately left the place and headed out of town. Sister Ju looked puzzled. This little senior brother, why is he talking all day long? Sister Heiju brushing the red flame tiger did give me a wake-up call. The bear warriors in the grizzly forest must not have been tended by anyone, not to mention the special edible recipe. After being invaded by poachers this time, the bears and fighters of the grizzly bear forest have also suffered a lot of damages. And in the Old Dragon Codex who had a recipe suitable for bear warriors. Plus you can use the treasure hunting beast to find the gentle bear warriors, who says the way to get bear fruit must be fighting dragon, snake, lizard. Let's seize the last time in the grizzly forest and go one step further. Snake Lizard still looks at me with a puzzled look on his face, not understanding a thing. Under my leadership, with the treasure hunting beast and the dragon snake lizard, as well as the special recipe from the Old Dragon Codex, one person and two beasts, again concocting a delicious meal. One person and two beasts, again concocting a delicious meal. Another healing for the gray bear warrior. Another bath for the gray bear warrior. It is also harvested a lot. In addition to 3 bear power fruit, there are some rare bird eggs. All to the dragon snake lizard sent down the belly. Just in the evening, encountered a little change of events. The dragon snake lizard was fighting with the bear, and the two beasts were glaring at each other. Bear roar energy skills. Level for enlightenment. The bear was the first to strike, with a claw towards the snake lizard, and then there's a boom. I'm stunned. Dragon snake lizard. He said our recipe is delicious, so it's going to reward you with a fight. So go for it. The dragon snake lizard looked at the bear fighter on the other side of the battlefield and got very angry, and the bear fighter launched a direct attack. Beast energy technique. Ripping claw. Dragon snake lizard wanted to use his tail to counterattack, but his tail did not recover well. Oh no, the dragon snake lizard's broken tail hadn't recovered. Finally, the bear jumped on the body of the snake lizard. The bear warrior grabbed the dragon snake lizard's neck and opened its mouth, wanting to die. I immediately shouted, "Dragon snake lizard, admit defeat. We're not going to fight anymore. You're still injured." But the dragon snake lizard did not admit defeat. He roared his voice looking at the bear warriors. The bear warrior seemed to be angered by its appearance, raised his claws to hit down. However, this blow was directly blocked by the dragon snake lizard. He grabbed the claws of the bear warriors. At the same time, his chest is shining brightly. The dragon snake lizard also closed its eyes. Finally, it looked up to the sky and unleashed its own dragon power, the dragon battle hammer. I watched happily as the dragon snake lizard fought. My dragon battle hammer. The bear warrior heard this roar and immediately fled in fear. The dragon snake lizard sits there obediently wagging its tail. Have you developed a level for ability?